Awesome. What's up, everybody? My name is Bobby Wheeler. Do you want to introduce yourself and your background?
Yeah, sure. My name is Oleg. I come from Kazakhstan and Russia. I have Russian ethnicity, and I grew up in Kazakhstan and partially Russia as well.
Dope. This interview is mainly going to be watched by particularly, I'm under the impression, college professors, researchers, possibly grad students, and other various faculty here at San Diego State. So we're going to base this interview on health and culture. So I'll just ask it very broadly. What is health to you in general? And this is just at an individual perspective. What is health to you, Oleg?
Okay, that's an interesting question. That right away.
So, that is a big question. I should have started with a smaller question, but we go straight to the big stuff. Yeah.
I need a minute to think about it, but I mean, basically on how you feel, how your body feels, what physical activities can you do, and just how you feel in general. I mean, there's mental health, right? We know a lot of people have problems with that, even if they physically present to be totally fine. But also, something that goes inside your system, how you feel, if you have any pain in your body. I don't know, that's pretty much, there are probably more things I can say, but
it's a big question to start off with. Well, I suppose probably not going to go to another big question. How would you define your culture in general? You mentioned Kazakhstan and Russia.
Yeah.
You're also a world traveler in general. You're here in San Diego, California right now.
Yeah, finally.
So how would you describe your culture in general?
In general, there are some similarities with the United States culture. Since America brought all the immigrants, and we have just different mix of a lot of cultures here. In Russia, it's a little different, but now I feel like for the last 5 to 10 years, it's getting also similar. It opened up the doors to the world, and there's a lot of cultural inside of Russia as well, because it used to be part of Soviet Union. So all those different republics now and countries, they had a huge influence on Russia. And even though I was born in Kazakhstan, but majority of my friends and everybody around me are Russians. Used to be. Now it's getting more Kazakh culture. They try to burn it, but Soviet Union, I would say, brought all of it together.
Yeah. We talked about this before the interview. I was asking him, do you consider Russia to be part of Europe or Asia or both? And,
I probably would consider it to be both, because there is still a lot of people, backgrounds who come from Asian countries, but it's not like China, I would say, but it's like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, all those stans around it, and of course Armenia, Georgia, that would be also considered it's all Middle Eastern, but still I would say Asia. And Russian, of course, Moscow, totally Russian, and then it's European, and then St. Petersburg, just the most European city, I would say. So,
as far as going around to different big cities or small towns here in North America, was there any particular culture shocks? Maybe, and I'm speaking more particularly towards I don't know, if you're just traveling in general, driving around, oh, I didn't know you had to be on this side of the road, I know you had to do this. Is there anything oh, that's interesting, we're not used to that?
Just the first time I came to the United States, there was a huge cultural shock, and just remember, seeing all those highways, cars, just all the different, we have especially before I came to the United States, probably 15 years ago, you never seen an American car over there, especially no Mustang. So when I came here, I saw the Mustang, my jaw dropped, and I was like, it's an American muscle car that you can only dream about seeing it in Russia. Even up to these days, there's not so many. I mean, there are definitely way more, but it's not huge. But here you come and it's everywhere. I've been traveling with K1 for a little bit. So definitely all those different cities that I was visiting, I would experience cultural shock. And during COVID, I took the round trip around the United States. So it's just to see all this huge lands, and then for me, the most American thing is just the roads, your transportation system, and then we used to stop at the truck stops. It's just very beautiful, clean, and I would say all the roads are super nice. Get some thinking through, engineering. That was really crazy for me, because that's what pretty much makes America America. The roads and economy.
The road trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the road trips, but just like transportation, that you can deliver everything with the trucks, cars. You can go anywhere with your car. In Russia, up to those days, man, the roads are messed up. Everything. You take the road trip, you ruin your car. most of the time. They building right now between the major cities, but all the smaller ones, yeah, still struggle.
Another thing we're talking about before this interview, food in particular. Is there favorite foods that you like here in America that you don't like? Favorite foods that you have back home that you don't like? Maybe foods that you think that we have over here that should go over there, or foods that you have back home that we should be serving over here? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, here is definitely a lack of Russian food. It's hard to find. It's hard to find a really good Russian food places, but there are a few definitely. Not all the dishes, but of course, this is just what we talked. You know, before coming to the United States, so when I just came in, it was 15 years ago. The industry right now in Russia grew up so much. Same with Kazakhstan, because a lot of people, they start traveling, they come into the United States, come into Europe, all around the world, and they bring in all this food in really good quality back to Russia, back to Kazakhstan. I've been to both just in the past 9 months, and the level of the restaurants just increased dramatically. Just like I told you, the best burger I tried was in Russia, the best steak I tried was in Russia, even though here I've been to like too many places, many burger places. I think it's still iconic for the United States, you know, to have like In-N-Out Burger, McDonald's, like just have a huge history of it. But when it comes to like quality of the food, right now over there is better.
Okay,
yeah.
You know what? I am very curious now, just from any foreign perspective in general. I'm a vegan, so it doesn't matter to me, but I know a lot of viewers might like this. In-N-Out or Whataburger?
I haven't tried even Whataburger.
You haven't tried Whataburger?
No, I haven't tried Whataburger.
I don't know why I was under the impression you had tried Whataburger. Right?
I've been to Texas, and I stayed next to Whataburger, and but you know, there was In-N-Out right next to it, and I missed it for 9 months. So I went there, so I guess
there you have it. He had the option, and he chose In-N-Out. There you have it.
What's the Whataburger though?
You know what? Even before I transitioned to being vegan, I never tried Whataburger myself, but I always heard the debate between those two. My brother lived in Texas, in Denton, outside Dallas to be specific. He really loved Whataburger. I was a big In-N-Out guy before I turned vegan, and I always heard that being like the top, like who had the better.
Well,
like,
I'll go in Texas next week, so I'll try it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'll try
That's what's up.
All right.
Now, during your travels here in America, was there any particular places, culturally, health-wise, that you admired that you thought, oh, this is like some pretty cool practices, maybe this is something that I could see myself doing?
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, I don't know if you're gonna cut it now, but the size of the people in the United States, the just being overweight is like, it's huge. When you come to California, you don't see it so much, but when you travel different places, even recently, I was just in shock after, you know, coming from Russia and going to Texas, having like a layover in Chicago, and I see those huge people. And you know, it's just a habit of, you know, it's just maybe the quality of food, the habit, and for me that was shocking. But when you come over here to California, you see a lot of people running, a lot of people doing exercises, a lot of people going to the gym, thinking about the health. In terms of like food, you know, there's a lot of vegans here, a lot of people who maybe not vegans, but they choose particular food to buy, and
like more options.
Yes, more options in terms of maybe even nutrition, you know, because there are different, you know, people here eat more organic, and it's considered to be like a healthy choice, and it is. So I don't know. For me, I would say California definitely is a place to be, because I see a lot of people just working out, being with a healthy body. Not so much anywhere else outside of the United States. I mean, outside of this state at least, that I've seen. Maybe except like Florida.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
I know, we definitely get the conception of Florida and California, how different it is. I've never been to Florida. If you're watching this and been to Florida, let us know.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Is there any particular habits health-wise back where you are from that you think Americans can benefit from?
All right, so the Russians, they are very famous for doing those cold diving in the winters. You know, they go in the lake, they cut a huge hole, and those people, they just go in, and then we call them walrus.
The
you know,
walrus.
like the walrus,
Uh-huh.
the animal.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they swim, and definitely they swim under super cold conditions. It's and then it brings pretty much they never get sick, you
Uh-huh.
know. So I know a lot of my friends doing it. I tried it once and I got sick.
Oh my gosh.
I was out for a couple of weeks
Uh-huh.
because I got a cough. I got some messed up lungs problems. So you cannot just go in. You know, you have to slowly get used to the temperature. But once you get in, you never get sick pretty much. It's like really hard. So it kind of makes your body stronger, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. I believe they might do it in Canada as well.
Yeah.
It just might be something for like colder.
Ice bath, but way more extreme.
Yeah. And people are crazy. They literally doing it every week. Oh, same with sauna. That's like the most Russian thing. You go and it's called banya, the Russian sauna, and people just go 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Also health-wise, if we're not just gonna take like body, but maybe something that you eat. In Russia, there's a lot of, so you just, let's say you live in a city, you have a flat or apartment, and you also have what we call dacha. It's like a little piece of land outside of the city. Some people literally driving there or riding the train for an hour, 2 hours just to get there for the weekend to get like mental health relaxation. They do some digging, they grow their own food, they have most of them have like small houses. So you pretty much just go for your own piece of land and you just relaxing, growing food, and then you eat that food. It's like everywhere in Russia I go, people would just give me like, oh, this tomato, you know, I just grew it. It's like, this is like my apples and blah blah blah. So yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't think you have it right here. You have like huge farms, but there's like, you know, you ask anybody here, they probably never grew food.
I would say it definitely depends. I grew up in like a small town, Imperial Valley, very huge farming community. I would say it'd be more like your neighbors would be like, hey, I see you have an orange tree, can I get some oranges?
Yeah.
It'd be more like trading between individuals rather than like, I don't know, it just seems like a beautiful experience.
But I think like, I don't think anybody in New York have like the land outside of New York and they're willing to travel for like 2-3 hours just to get there.
Just to get that.
Yeah, and then just kind of relax outside of the city, you know. Life is more busy here. Over there, even, I mean, what I'm talking about is like Moscow, you know, the busiest city in Russia. And people just, you see them, they have huge houses, they have like super cool cars, you know, super expensive. And then they ride in the train because it's faster, and they go to the land and they're like, you know, you see them outside of their rich life, and then just normal people like, hey. Not all of them, but that's like really common.
Yeah.
Really common.
And then shoot, I guess to wrap things up, is there anything that you would like to tell the viewers just in general? I don't know, any messages that you would like to relay on to viewers?
Honestly, travel guys, there's a lot of things you can learn from traveling. That's, for me, the first time I came to the United States, there was a huge shock, and I slowly learned about the culture. I'm enjoying it, I'm loving it here. I spent like half of my life right now in the United States, and I definitely can feel the influence of the culture as well. And I'll just travel everywhere, because honestly, like if you live in America, you're American, you don't really need to travel outside of the United States because you have everything, all the beautiful landscapes, all beautiful cities and historical places. You can literally just spend your whole life living here, but just to get a little bit outside of your head and you know all the culture, just travel. Tickets are not so expensive. If you buy them in advance, $300-400 give you a round trip.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Plus you get like 5 nights. There's some, you'll figure out.
Let's see, you gave me some phenomenal stuff here that I cannot stop geeking out about. Do you want to just tell everybody really quick what some of this stuff is?
Yes, sure. So this is like a little postcard from St. Petersburg. That's one of the major cities in Russia. Very beautiful, very historical to me, like my favorite place, even better than Moscow in terms of just the feeling of life. In terms of culture, I would say so many history there and really beautiful. Moscow is like really busy. That place is just like calm, chill. You go everywhere, it's nice.
But
And then it's like it's called the Russian doll, or we call it matryoshka. It's a little keychain, so it's a smaller version of it. Usually they come this big. You got the toy inside the toy inside the toy. You can set up maybe like 15, 20 of them.
Yeah.
If you cut in and edit some video, that would be sick too.
that would be, I need to.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, he gave me some of this. This is just something that I personally collect. I love collecting money from all over the world, and this is just a new collection into my collection, money from Kazakhstan. And this is just very beautiful money.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
That's the Kazakh money. So
Yeah.
guys, travel to Kazakhstan. I know some of you probably seen Borat. I love the movie, but you know, come visit, see how it is. But yeah, high five, Bobby.
Awesome. Well, like, thank you for spending time with me, and thank you all for watching, and hope you all have a nice day. Go out and save the world.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. That was fun. See you later. До свидания. Пока.
Boom. That was sick.